Not an angry rant, just rant, my personal opinion. Yes, I hate WWE as a product all the way around. It doesn't matter if it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live, UK tournament, or any other thing. It's trash. It's been trash for a while. And I don't care if it's ROH. I mean, I don't care if it's, well, not ROH. I mean, well, NXT is basically a ROH ripoff, I feel like. Because everybody there was there, basically. Or TNA. It's like a mixture between the two. It's like a was it Moscow cocktail or whatever it is, just mixed up jambalaya, more like jambalaya. You know what I'm saying? Of wrestlers that used to be in ROH slash TNA slash Lucha Underground slash ex UFC stars that fell off and or just wasn't as big as they thought. I don't know, or ex MMA or just a bunch of bodybuilder people that really probably shouldn't be in wrestling, but they give them a shot because they look good. And then, I mean, it's just I don't like the product. I don't like most people who like it. I don't like them because I just like poor simpletons. You don't see what is going on. You're just like I want the wrestlers to be like people and normal. I like characters. I have no problem not having kayfabe. We can't do it anymore because the genie's out of the bottle. But let me believe. I hate how it is now that everything is transparent. Everybody's just like people. Two wrestlers was tweeting like they're besties, but they're in a feud at the same time. It's just like I hate Twitter. I hate Instagram. I hate all social media sometimes because I mean I don't even go on it anymore. I'm done. I've Facebook all of it. I'm done with it. I don't understand. Like I just I don't get it. I've done it. I'm done with it, man. Not just because my phone died, but I didn't do anything but look at porn stars and see what the fuck they were doing in their lives. Yeah, I said porn stars and fuck. I say fuck a lot. All right, it's fucking boring as hell to watch this shit that's going on in WWE. Like I haven't watched in years, but every once in a while, I might try to watch an episode. I legit last time, like I said in a previous video, I don't know if you watched it or not. I legit felt like I wanted to kill myself. Like I wish there was a gun in front of me every time I try to watch Raw. It used to be SmackDown, used to be the good show, but they're both garbage. They're both trash, and it just I can't take it anymore. So instead of feeling depressed, sad, wanting to kill myself, I just don't watch anymore. But I love wrestling. It's my favorite thing. I know some people like basketball, football, and lots of things that is a sport. No, wrestling is no longer considered a sport because cat's out of the bag. But I cannot stand. I can't stand modern wrestling. I mean, I like ROH and Young Bucks somewhat, but they're sometimes they just get on my nerves. Especially with the Young Bucks. I like them. I like them. I like them to like a stint. But I hate when they do the super kick so many times. It diminishes the super kick. It almost just makes me want to puke in my mouth every time I watch their match too long because sometimes they overdo the super kick to the point where it's just impossible to enjoy. The Bullet Club makes and the whole Bullet Club storyline. I actually got into it for real for a little while. I was shocked. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, I feel like A lot of people say WWE is the top one. I feel like New Japan is the top brand. Only difference is they don't have the backing of a major network as ROH and WWE. Even though ROH is nowhere near as hot as New Japan, I feel like New Japan is better than WWE in a lot of ways because stuff still matters there. Storylines matter. They're not as good as old WWE storylines, but they're better than anything current from coming from TNA. ROH storylines is pretty decent, and I feel like ROH is the second best. I would call it, and then there's WWE. I don't care what you call it, if it's Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, it's all WWE. It doesn't matter what so-called brand, it's all WWE. That's why it's stupid to have more than one brand with the same name. If it's WWE, it's all WWE. I'm not gonna put them on a different pedestal. Raw, SmackDown, NXT is WWE as a whole. So I have to put them all together. Even if NXT sometimes have good moments, because they do have a lot of good moments. But this is the thing. This is supposed to be the developmental, the just before you become the star. Only thing is, these guys put on decent matches, have decent storylines, make it to so-called main roster, and they're gutted like a fish, left to bleed out while everybody stares in and watches. And I personally think Vince McMahon is either him or Triple H, maybe Stephanie. I don't know who it is, but they've been gutting those young guys who's not actually young. Just keep it real. NXT guys, some of them are young, but not every one of them are young. They're just guys that's been in the wrestling business for a while. Give them a shot to so-called make it to WWE, and they gut them like a fish once they're on Raw or SmackDown. Less SmackDown, more Raw. Raw is where the NXT stars go to die. I swear to God, I'm surprised they didn't have AJ Styles go down there. I guess because he's almost 40 at the time when they signed him, they had to make him a star because he was a star everywhere else. Because if they did gutted him like a fish, like they did Daniel Bryan at one point, it probably would have been damn right if they kept doing all kind of stupid things like they did with Bobby Lashley. They bring in Bobby Lashley and diminish him soon as he gets there. And it's like the male in a dress as his sister. And no, I don't watch the show, but I've seen clips on YouTube. Enough to make me throw up in my mouth. I legit threw up. You fuckers did this to Bobby Lashley. When he was in TNA, he was the destroyer, and you got him out here looking like a goddamn goofball. It's just you have no respect for past work with other companies because they don't respect anybody. All they care about is what they think is cool and funny, and that's the thing. WWE is not cool. There are for losers, lames, and dullards. I'm sorry. If you still love WWE in 2018, you're a child. You gotta be a kid or a child. And if you're an adult, more than the age of 18, 19, or 20, you are a child. You're a grown ass child. And yes, I am a man child myself, but I do not enjoy fake storylines. It's not even storylines. They make the storylines they make up make no sense. And when they do have someone that's getting momentum on their own, what do? They gut them like a fish and leave them to the wolves. I mean, the way Bailey was hot a couple years ago had her like a female John Cena. Now she looks like the lady that's ready to hug you to death from what it was God it looks like now. And it's just like, how do you mess up a female John Cena? I mean, I'm surprised they didn't mess up Cena. But I guess it was a different time. Vince's mind was still straight. I wonder if he's got bumped in the head so many times he don't know what he's doing. He's just having his writers do whatever because he just don't care because he's got all these billions of dollars just sitting there. All these they're paying all this money and it doesn't matter anymore because the networks pay so much money. They just have to create content. It no matter matters anymore. You make your best work when you think you're finna lose everything. And through thick and thin, they don't care. They don't care. Long as they can still eat steak for the next 20 years, it doesn't matter. And every time you watch WWE product, they make more money. Only way they actually do something about the stupidness they've been doing for years is stop watching. But you're addicted. They did. I was addicted too for years, but in 20, I want to say 2000, 2010 or 2009, somewhere around that time, I just said no. No more. I'm not going to let them get me all riled up with this fake storyline. It's nowhere near good enough to get me this riled up by any means. And I'm just like, no, no, I'm out. And I've been watching TNA since 2000 and maybe six, and I kind of stopped watching for a little while and came back in '09, I mean '08. And whenever ECW came, I started watching it for a little while. And then ECW got crappy real quick. And I watched ECW till it turned NXT. NXT was just horrible, so I was just like, no. Nexus, I didn't care about. I mean, I cared about Nexus, but I knew it was going to happen. They had John Cena kill Wade Barrett. Like, they're going to kill Wade Barrett. Or whatever his name is. What is his name? Finn Balor. Finn Balor. I mean, he might be the first Universal Champion, but he'll never be a Universal Champion ever again. I mean, he's lucky if he get Intercontinental Champion. I basically think Finn Balor is the new Shawn Michaels. They gave him the title to validate him, to make him seem more important than he is, but he will never win another Universal Championship. I mean, unless Rey Mysterio's the champion, I can't see it happening. You know what I'm saying? And that's if he has Seth Rollins or Dean Ambrose, someone of a smaller stature, stature, which is not really smaller, but normal stature. Because like, that guy's small, but he's talented. He's talented as a mug. But they don't care because they're like, well, he's got a titles, you know, the main one, the red one, the ugly throw up one, or period blood one, or the red one. It's just like, and they try to be like, oh, he's the universal champion. Is this? I don't care because, I mean, you don't care. I'm pretty sure. I mean, the universal champion is championship is the ugliest champion I've ever seen. And I keep hearing about all these people upset because Brock's not on television. Should be happy. You don't gotta see that ugly ass championship. I mean, who's who the? I think Nakamura is the champion in the Raw, or who's the AJ? I don't know if it's Nakamura or AJ. I don't know. It doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure they're gonna ruin whatever storyline they set up, or do when they do have a good storyline. They always go too far. What I mean, go too far, that they'll do something and they'll keep doing something till it wears out, and then you just like you ruined it. If you do the same thing over and over in a repetitive form of anything in a storyline, it's done. That's like keep telling me the story of Batman. I love Batman, but if I get one more origin story of Batman, I'm a puke. Yeah, puke. Maybe fucking hit my head against the wall too. I'll puke. I don't need to know what's up with Batman's parents. We all know they got done down in the street, and I don't want to hear about his dad being a goddamn villain. He was the top criminal of all time in Gotham. It just ruined Batman's head. But I mean, it's whatever. But I just feel like WWE doesn't care because they have enough money. They don't need to care. You know, it's just like once you get that might be the new goal now. You know what I'm saying? Get in, big enough investors in your wrestling company that you just have to provide the content for the channel or streaming service. Me personally, I would think it would be better to be on something like a Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or whatever, because everyone has Netflix, Hulu, or Amazon, or maybe even have it on all three. Just whatever service you get Raw, SmackDown, and the pay-per-views come on television or reason to have cable, because I have cable, but I don't watch TV like that. Like I watch more YouTube than cable, and YouTube is free, and not that I pay for cable. Sometimes close to $200 a month, and it's like I don't know why I have cable, but my mom loves cable, so it's just like. But and another thing too, when you have cable, they try to screw you if you don't want cable. You want just internet and telephone service, they be like, oh, okay, you're gonna pay like the mafia or some shit. Oh, you don't want this? Okay, $500 internet bill. Oh, what? So now you're just like, okay, fine, because my internet's only $50, my phone's only $50, and then my cable is basically $200. So I'm paying like 300, maybe 350 or some shit like that. I don't remember, but still, I think it's like 25 each or something like that. I'm paying 250 or 350. I don't know. All I gonna say is it goes drastically up if I don't want the cable. If I just want internet and cell phone or internet and home phone, and it goes up drastically, and I just like, why? Why cable? Why? Why do that to me? But but they don't care. These companies don't care. None of them do. Know why they don't care? Because they know they got you by the cojones. You need internet for everything these days, and internet is cheaper than it's ever been. But you're gonna pay for cheap, because if you get cheap, you get shitty service. And now that so-called net neutrality or whatever it is, pretty sure we're gonna get fucked like with a rusty nail fucked.